So Metel is the name of our product, and the RevComm is the name of the company. We started in 2017, and we launched our first product in 2018. Then 2021, we decided to go to Indonesia. So at that time was a soft launch. So we did the, market verification and the test users and those. Then we decided to invest to Indonesia. So now we have local PT RevComm APEC Indonesia 2022. Then we right now we are doing in Japan. Mainly our headquarters is in Japan, and our second country is Indonesia, and also Philippines and the US. We do business there. We have several hours, and this year we are selected by Forbes and Sequoia top 50 AI companies in the world, and we are selected next to along with OpenAI or some others very very familiar names, and we are the only one from Asian company, so including China, Japan, Korea, Southeast Asia, or India. We are the only one from those region. So just wanted to introduce this. And so today, so basically what we are doing here is two things. One is the conversation. I mean, all the conversations in the phone, over the online meeting or offline meetings, there are black box. That's all the companies have it as pain. So we are visualizing the conversation. That's one thing we do. And also we are assetizing our customers' conversation. If you use other normal phones, then you just have the recording, but it's not the data. So you're just the conversation with customers are very, very precious database for you. But you have to make it the data by make the voice text. That's what we do. So we are helping customers to assetize their voice communication, then all the communication history and recording and everything, transcription is all customers. So in the future, if our customers want to build own AI, then we will help a lot that part, since using Metel means you have the data, you are assetizing the data, but the voice data. Today, I want to talk about target audience and how to use the data to make your sales workflow accurate. So the target audience is like, as everyone is doing, try to have the ICP, ideal ICP. Well, the target audience. So we have to maximize the effectiveness of communication strategy, the communication with customers over the phone, online meeting, or offline meeting. And also all the companies have limited budget, so need to utilize the budget very efficiently. So this one is the things I want to talk today. But before that, there's a high performer issue. I mean, this one is all the companies, if you have the salespeople, there's a good one, there's not good one, then there's a high performer always. What's in particular in those high performer? Maybe like working for long years in that industry, or have the experience in selling the product that now the agent is selling in the past. So it means like having experience and knowledge, those are the high performers. But not all the people, I mean, not all the team members are the high performer, right? There are sometimes young person just recently joined, or doing long time, but somehow it's not really performing well. Those cases, all the companies have that cases. Like, let's say there are agent ABC, and agent AB, they are working for long in this industry. That's why doing great. But C is not really. Maybe like she just joined recently, so that's why she needs to catch up the things. Then the question is how to minimize this gap. right? So that's the very important thing. And since the conversation, most of the case, the conversation with customers are in the black box. So it's very difficult to understand why there are differences in the performance of the team. And in the B2C, there are B2C and B2B in this world. Right? You're selling to the consumer or you're selling to the corporate. If you're selling to the consumer, there are many things, in order to, minimize the gap, right? Gap of the performance. If you're selling to the consumer, then like age or appearance, like those factors are gonna be the stats that you have to consider to run your ICP. So B2B, there will be a completely different workflow and things you have to care. Like, B2C, for example, if you go to supermarket, if you want to sell the vegetable to the consumers and just go to the supermarket, you can see what kind of people are there, what kind of like purchasing activities over there, right? So B2C is easier to understand what kind of people are there and what kind of desire they have to buy. But B2B is like, let's say like there's a customer, there's a company that you want to sell your product, but you cannot just walk in to the office and see what kind of people are there and what kind of workflow they have. But that's why it's a little bit difficult in B2B to understand what kind of workflow they have. How do they decide which product to buy, right? So yeah, and the B2C is let's say like you are the consumer. So you go to the consumer supermarket, you buy the vegetable. So you are the one, you are the decision maker, right? Well, that's why like when you do the marketing campaign or telesales campaign to the consumers, then they are the one who decide to buy or not. So it's simpler than the decision making process is simpler. But in the B2B, since let's say like you have an inquiry from your potential customer, but that person who made the inquiry is junior level, right? Then you're talking with the junior level, and she or he needs to report to the manager, and the manager decide. You need to convince the manager, and after that, the manager bring it to the BOD. So you have to convince the board members. It's long processes. It's many layers of the decision-making process. So that's the simple differentiation between B2C and the B2B. And then for both cases, things you need to do to understand the customers deeply and clearly, you need to understand, you need to have the data to analyze the customers' desire, customers' pain point, customers' workflow to make it easy for you to sell your product. So you have to listen to your customers, and also not only the sales team, but also marketing team or other department also need to listen to the voice of the customers as clear as possible, and then analyze to find out the insight. That's the effective way to improve the communication process. And there are several ways to do that method, right? First thing is, let's say if you have a marketing team, you have, inside sales is something new word. I mean, it's pretty common in Japan, but Indonesia is still, the name is getting famous, but it's not yet there. So let me explain a little bit. So inside sales is not the one who conducts the meeting, right? Like previously, all the companies, let's say like you're selling a project, and once you got one project, then the deal value is like 5 billion rupiah, 10 billion rupiah, a lot, right? So in that case, it's okay for one sales agent to spend all the time finding leads, setting the meeting, close the deal, and follow up, everything done by one person, which is okay. But let's say that nowadays, the appearance of the product that like SaaS, software as a service, let's say like one ID, one person, you're selling the phone, for example, telephony system. One ID, let's say like 400,000 rupiah. Then you got the deal. Yes, I got a sign from the decision maker. Then the deal value 400,000. So I got a one deal, but the value is 400,000 rupiah only. So it doesn't make sense, like one person spend a month and do the lead gen and everything, then got one ID. The company can go bankruptcy. So we have to do everything efficiently. Like marketing team, they do leads acquisition. So their job is to do the brand awareness and make the customers get attention to our product. Then make them inquire. So the customers are the one who made inquiry to our product or our website. I'm interested in yours. Can I know more? And this is the marketing parts. And after that, there's inside sales. So the job is to set up the meeting, but not only just set up the meeting, but they call the customer. They call the leads, potential customers. Thank you for your inquiry. In order for our sales to deliver our product value and explanation clearly, can I ask something? Then they ask many things, as many as possible. Like what is your current system? What is your current environment? How many people you have? What is the position? Blah, blah, blah. What is the pain point in the current workflow? And after that, inside sales set up the meeting. Then sales rep, they wake up, they see the calendar, the meeting's already set, and there's the information of the leads, the information collected by inside sales. So they can prepare. All this customer is in the cigarette industry, and we have cigarette companies as customer. Then let's share the customer's use case of the cigarette company to those new leads. So the customer will feel like, oh, you have the customers who does the business exactly like I do, right? So it makes it easier for sales to close the deal. Then the customer successful. So sales rep, the job is to attend the meeting and close the meeting. That's it. And the customer success is the one who follows up and everything. So that's the future workflow of. It's not only for technology companies, but in the US we have a team in the US. I was actually very surprised, but like car dealers or like small companies selling some vegetable online or whatever. Everyone has every single company has inside sales now. So because the labor cost is getting higher and higher, you can't let one person that's everything, which is inefficient. So that's why in order to get the efficiency, you have to divide the scope of work to make the flow efficient. Then the inside sales is quite important. They are calling to the customers and to set the meeting. So their job is like that. And also they get the voice of the customers. These voice of the customers are very, very precious and important. So this voice of the customer, already in the text, if you use Meter, by the way, other departments can listen to them, like especially marketing, for example. Marketing guys, they do marketing campaigns, but they are not the one who directly talking with customers. But since inside sales, the one who's talking to the customers directly, they have the data that marketing team can access to that data to make the decision-making process of the creatives or next campaign or whatever. So their understanding of the customer is getting better and better. So that's my data. Collect the data and make the voice recording as data is quite important. If it's just a recording file, right? Then the marketing team or other department who want to know the voice of the customer, they need to listen to one by one, which is not possible. So that's why, well, it's possible. It just takes time, thousands of hours. Just a little bit commercial, but Metel is we make the voice text, and also we filter the important call that you need to listen. So we make the this flow efficiently. So if you get the, you collect the data from that flow, you can evaluate, like I mentioned, you can evaluate, like for the marketing team, they think customer want this angle, then they do the marketing campaign with that angle. But after marketing team listen to the real customer's voice, then customer don't understand or something. If you collect the data properly, then marketing team can, promptly change the direction to the right way. So that's what we do, like collecting the data and make the voice to data. Like, let me repeat once again, because this is very important for us. People think sometimes, we have data like 3 years of thousands of hours of voice data, but if you go look at the data, it's a file, voice file. What you can do, you can listen to the voice data, but that's it. You cannot use that data, that file for AI. In the future, you want to build your LLM, large language model. In order to do that, now LLM is it sounds complicated, but it's just a big data, like massive data. In the future, if you want to build your own AI, you have to have the massive data. Voice files are not the data. Like, I need to repeat again. So it needs to be text. So there are two ways: using tool like we have, or you hire many people and listen and make it one by one. Otherwise, you cannot use that data, the file, as the data for your AI. Nowadays, more and more, the more you have data, that's going to be your competitive advantage in the future. So we are now working with especially enterprise companies, they're keen on those data in the future, how to utilize those data. So we are working with those companies to have, to develop, it's actually many angles to utilize the data. But first of all, you have to have the data to do whatever you want to do in the future. So that's what we are helping them to assetlize the voice to data. That's MeTel. So I just wanted to explain a little bit, and I just wanted to share how future looks like. So like I explained a little bit, using MeTel enables you to analyze the voice conversation, not only just analyze and visualize, but assetlize. That's the very much additional value and very important part. So we have a transcription like I showed before. And also you can set the keyword, like the keywords that you want agent to mention or you don't want agent to mention. Like some words like slang, you can put from the back end. Then every time the word is pronounced, it shows up automatically. This function mostly used by multi-finance company or lending company or banks, the call center. Because, they have a lot of QA people, quality assurance, and they're listening to the record one by one. It's very heavy job and heavy work for them. But with MeTel, since, you can set the keywords that, you want to go deeper. Like if agents use slang or customer got angry or that kind of keywords, then, you can just very efficiently, you can go to the one you really need to listen to. That's the voice analytics function. And also, like I showed a little bit, like how much percentage I talk, you talk, or how many times I cut in. How many times I cut in while customer is talking, which is sometimes annoying. Or how many times I made silence, or how many times switch of the speakers. Like it's a typical case. There's a junior agent just joined, and since it's a junior, he or she doesn't have much experience. That's why it tends to be one-way communication. It's not interactive way. How we can know that? We have the number. How many times like good agent or experienced agent, they tend to have the interactive communication. So number of rallies switch of the speakers can be like 30, 40. But for the juniors, since, they talk one way, blah, 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 then customer talk, ta, 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 ta. It's not interactive. So the number is only like 10 or 15 or that kind of numbers we can see. And also like intonation, this is interesting. Intonation is if you speak like low motivated way of the talk, maybe had a bad thing yesterday and you are not motivated today, and your voice is like, da, 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 da. It's like no much intonation, nggak, tidak ada intonasi. But if you're highly motivated, like, hello everyone, my name is Yujiro, thank you for this opportunity, then the number, we can make it a number. So intonasi, if the number is high, like 30, 40, 50, 30, 40, 50, then we can see, oh, this agent is motivated. Or like the number goes down suddenly, then, oh, something happened to this agent, we need to have a one-on-one meeting. That kind of stats we have. And then call memo. After every time you finish the call, this is fully customizable. And you can, the agent will pick, the meter will ask the agent, hey, what was the result of your call? Yes, I got a P2P, promise to pay, P2P, click. It's a semi-auto, click, click. I got a confirmation for appointment, or like I couldn't reach the PIC because reception rejected me, or whatever, whatever result of the call. After that, we use this call memo or tag. It's like tagging function. Then we see, who is the high performer and what makes high performer be high performer, and that kind of things. And we can do a lot of, deep analysis based on the call memo. In what time or in what case is an outbound call or inbound call, or including what keyword, or there are many ways of the filtering we can do, and to get the insight of your call operation. Yes. So like the one example is like let's say you're doing cold call, telemarketing. So basically people don't want to talk with the agents because it's cold call. People are busy, right? But somehow good agent, they keep the conversation 10 minutes, 20 minutes, right? Which is good. But somehow they say like the agent is trying to call to those customers, people, to set up the meeting with them. And even like keeping 10 minutes call or 20 minutes call with those strangers are very difficult. But somehow this agent made it, which is great. But somehow this call didn't become the appointment. So we can filter by that only, like more than 10 minutes, but didn't get the appointment. Then we can go deeper, the analysis. Why this call didn't go well? Kind of, deep analysis, we enable customers to do that. Yeah, so this is our, that was my basic explanation of our product. And we have, many customers in Japan, like Indonesia, like more than thousands of users. Indonesian people in here, more than thousands that are using Metel right now, last 1 year plus. And many use cases, which is very interesting for us. Like some are using for telesales, the call center. Some are using for interview, like headhunter companies, they interview. But the candidates also, they are, maybe like all of you have experience with talking with headhunters. And some candidates, some headhunter agent makes a lot of next step or like offer accepted, but some are not. Because candidates are also evaluating the headhunter. Is this person trustable or not, or something? Then there's a difference in the performance. So that's why they want to visualize the conversation to find the insight to make the operation better. Or debt collection or incoming call. Actually, some restaurants are using because, they want to get the voice of the customers. Or some manufacturers, they are selling some brands for consumers, like cosmetic brands. They want to do they want to collect the voice of the customers too. So they are sometimes calling, or like car companies, the dealers, they want to sell additional parts, or many use cases, or like clinic, some hospitals, they want to do interview. I mean, not interview. It's like like an interview over the phone. Then they don't want to miss any of the information, but that's why they need recording, but not only recording. They also want to make their own AI in the future, because it's the voice of the patients that's very precious and important for them. So they want to keep that voice file as data. That's why I use Meetel. So many use cases we are very excited to share when we have chance to talk with you in person. I think that's it. And yes, Meetel is this. Meetel